In a situation like this, I remember at Virginia Tech when I went out there, parents, loved ones of slain young people wanted to remember their sons and their daughters, and as a result, they spoke and made a statement. So we'll see if Robbie Parker, I assume he's going to come out to the microphones now and make a statement. Looks like the family is there, and they're getting ready to come to the microphone, so we'll listen in.
Okay. So my name's Robbie Parker. My family is one of the families that lost a child yesterday in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings here in Connecticut. I've been contacted by so many people and agencies wanting to know how we're doing, and I just thought that this might be the best way to share those feelings with everybody. First of all, I'd really like to offer our deepest condolences to all the families who were directly affected by this shooting. It's a horrific tragedy, and we want everybody to know that our hearts and our prayers go out to them. This includes the family of the shooter. I can't imagine how hard this experience must be for you. And I want you to know that our family and our love and our support goes out to you as well. At this time, our thanks go out to so many people, so many friends and family and complete strangers who we don't know, for all the love, condolences, and support that you've given to us. My daughter, Emily, would be one of the first ones to be standing and giving her love and support to all those victims, because that's the type of person that she is. Not because of any parenting that my wife and I could have done, but because those are the gifts that were given to her by her Heavenly Father. As the deep pain begins to settle into our hearts, we find comfort reflecting on the incredible person that Emily was and how many lives that she was able to touch in her short time here on earth. Emily was bright, creative, and very loving. Emily was always willing to try new things other than food. She loved to use her talents to touch the lives of everyone that she came into contact with. She was an exceptional artist, and she always carried around her markers and pencils so that she never missed an opportunity to draw a picture or make a card for those around her. I can't count the number of times Emily noticed someone feeling sad or frustrated and would rush to find a piece of paper to draw them a picture or to write them an encouraging note. Emily's card making was expressed beautifully this last October when she placed a very special card that she had made into the casket with her grandpa, who also just recently died of a tragic accident. Emily was a mentor to her two little sisters, and delighting in teaching them how to read, dance, and find the simple joys in life. Emily's laughter was infectious, and all those who had the pleasure to meet her would agree that this world is a better place because she has been in it. As we move on from what happened here, what happened to so many people, let it not turn into something that defines us, but something that inspires us to be better, to be more compassionate, and more humble people. Let us please keep the sentiments of love that we feel for our families and the compassion that we feel for others, even complete strangers, and keep them with us at all times, not just in times of sorrow and tragedy. And may we do this so that we can better all of our communities, in all of our cities, in all our states, so that we can make everyone, everywhere in this country, feel safe. Thank you. I'd be happy to answer any questions as long as I see them to be within reason. I was leaving to work, and she woke up before I left, and I've actually been teaching her Portuguese, and so our last conversation was in Portuguese, and she told me good morning, and asked how I was doing, and I said that I was doing well. She said that she loved me, and I gave her a kiss, and I was out the door. The best way that I've been seeing that is I have two really good friends at home who've set up a Facebook page to help raise money for Emily, and when I've gotten on that and just seen the number of people who have commented and expressed their condolences, it's been quite overwhelming. There's lots of pictures on the Emily Parker fund page on Facebook. She was beautiful. She was blonde, always smiling, with bright blue eyes. Here at the church last night, there was a special meeting, and I was given the opportunity to be able to speak at that as well. And in that, I just mentioned that, you know, the person that chose to act in this way was acting with a God-given right that he was given by God with his own free agency, and that free agency is given to all of us to act and choose to do whatever we want, and God can't take that away from us. And I know that that's something that he was given, and that's what he chose to do with it. And I know that God can't take that away. I'm not mad, because I have my agency to make sure that I use this event to do what I can, to do whatever I can, to one, make sure that my family and my wife and my daughters are taken care of, and that if there's anything that I can do to help anybody at any time, anywhere, that I'd be willing to do that. As uncheesy as I can say that, she was their best friend. They were all born within 3 years of each other, so by law they're very close. She was teaching my middle daughter to read. She would help my youngest daughter learn how to make things, show her how to do crafts. They looked up to her, and they looked to her when they needed comfort. Usually that's saved for a mom and a dad, but it was really sweet to see the times when one of them would fall or one of them would get their feelings hurt, how they would run to Emily to get support and hugs and kisses. You know, it's hard for me to talk about because I was at work at the hospital, and the hospital was in lockdown, so I couldn't get to the school right away. I love the people at the school. I love Emily's teacher, and the classmates that we were able to get to know. I love all of them, and my prayers go out to all those people. The only thing I can say to the other parents is the comfort that we can find that at least we know that there's other people that are in the same boat that we are, that there's other people that know how you're feeling. And even though we all are going to go through it differently and our emotions might be different and we're going to process this whole thing quite differently, that we're all in this together and that we're forever linked by this event.
Have you been talking to your other children about what happened? What are you telling them?
Yeah, we were able to, you know, with the events that happened with my father-in-law recently, this is unfortunately a topic that's been discussed in our family over the last couple months. So with my daughters, we've been able to express to them what happened. Their understanding is a little limited, of course, but they seem to get the fact that that they have somebody that they're going to miss very much. The what? I'm sorry. For respect of her family, I'm not going to say her name or anything. I met her at parent-teacher conference a couple weeks ago and was so impressed with the fact that she really seemed to know Emily as a person, Emily's likes and dislikes and the things that she was good at and the things that frustrated her. And the way that she talked about Emily like that, I know without a doubt that she knew all other 16 kids in that classroom the exact same.
Mr. Parker, your sister-in-law talked about some spontaneous shows of support that she got in the airport as they were flying. And can you talk about some of the scenes of support that you've seen come from you?
When the word of this gets out in the afternoon, and our families from out west, getting them here in a timely manner was kind of difficult. The fact that airline agencies were bending over backwards and breaking rules, which they never do, was quite amazing. People just seeing my family in the airport and realizing that something was wrong but not knowing exactly what was wrong, and giving them hugs and their support. Everything from people getting out of line in the security line to let them pass, and moving seats on the airplane so that they could sit together. Those kind of things were very greatly appreciated, and to anybody that provided those for my family, I just thank you so much.
When people remember Emily tonight, what do you want them to remember?
She was the type of person that could just light up a room. She always had something kind to say about anybody. And her love and the strength that she gave us and the example that she showed us is remarkable. She is an incredible person, and I'm so blessed to be her dad. I guess that's it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to get through something like this. My wife and I don't understand how to process all of this and how to get our lives going. We find strength in our religion and in our faith and in our family, and I think that everybody that's going through something like this has hopefully support with their family and with what other means that they can find. I just hope that everybody can get the help that they need. Since nobody knows how to go through this, I think it's really important that people reach out to the services that have been provided to all of us for counseling and somebody to talk to and understanding how to talk to your children and those kind of things. I really hope that all of us utilize those things that have been offered to us. I have a 3, 4, and 6-year-old. It went from something that, I can't imagine this is happening. This has to be some sort of mistake. What was hard was that since I was at work, I was having to talk to my wife on the phone and just trying to know what was the right thing to do. I didn't think it was that big a deal at first. I thought, with the first reports that were coming in, it didn't sound like it was going to be as tragic as it was. And then, as we weren't given information, it started to settle in that it was a much tougher experience for everybody. And so that's kind of what it was like for us. I'm proud to say that I'm a physician assistant, and I work in the Danbury Newborn Intensive Care Unit. I'm 30 years old. Thanks. The best thing that I can think of to do to move on is to help other people. When you help other people, you feel better about yourself. And the more people help other people, then the more people are blessed. And when your life feels blessed, you feel like you can take on the world.
Mr. Parker, did you say you worked at the Danbury Hospital?
Yes.
Were you working until the morning?
Yes.
You were there when you called for
I was at work when my wife called me, and then I was able to find a television and start trying to get any information I can.
Were you there when any of the children came in?
I wasn't. I don't work down in the emergency room, so I wasn't involved with any of that.
Did you ever?
You know, what's interesting about that is my family just moved to Newtown about 8 months ago when I accepted the job here. So the impression that I got from people on the East Coast was a lot different than what I experienced when I got here, that's for sure. Everything that everybody was telling me out west was that I was in for a rude awakening, but the people here have been amazing. And I've never met so many people that were willing to help us when we moved here, to get established, to getting to know me and my family. I truly love it here, and I'm glad to be here. I keep hearing that. I haven't really had the television on much or anything like that, so I don't quite understand or grasp the grandness of the everybody's support from around the world, other than just the feeling that we get with everybody's prayers.
One of the reasons why this resonated here in the U.S. and around the world is because it's every parent's nightmare. Shared some words you wanted to express to the other parents. What about this parents jump in?
You know, you can never stop being the best parent that you can be. You can always be better. You can always be more patient. You can always be more loving and understanding and willing to accept your children for who they are. I really hope that as I continue to be a dad to my two children, that I can just, if anybody looks back on my life, the number one thing that they can say about me was that I was a great dad, and that my children loved me because of the father that I was. Thanks, guys. I'm done.
Robbie Parker, whose daughter, a 6-year-old Emily Parker, you see her there, was shot and killed yesterday. Sanjay Gupta watched with me, our chief medical correspondent. Sanjay, what can you say there? This is one father, one parent. 19 other children were murdered yesterday here in Newtown, Connecticut as well. And his powerful words certainly resonate.
He said she liked to carry around crayons and paper, and she would make a card for people when they were frustrated and not feeling well. He said he talked about his 3 daughters.